Iain James Robb, a selection from Black Swans. Bear with me. Now, upwards into a white tide rising, the argument. A couple of young female lovers, one slightly older than the other one, decide to part ways. The older female has contracted a terminal disease. They decide the best way to part ways by joining together in unison is through a suicide pact. However, the younger of the two opts out, and the elder sings her gratitude for the fact her lover will still exist. After the term of her rapturous song, she then sings the exquisite burden that is documented in the following poem. 1. Your scent, as carried by a world of glass, ends its word or essence and receipts in leaving, that has filled you out but does not keep its contours, so renders sense of its own memory. Like a bird in amber, if dead wings lack freedom, we have flight sans motion past where wanted garden, as a crystal glade grows, but your own beat west, towards my sudden sundown, still your scent moves only, as a form it's sheltered under perspex seems to, as a thought is movement only yours remains. To fall down now, I have no torch to call you, but more silver sharpened fruit the moon glow welters, as your face detained some place all wordsmith's music, as a huntress makes her grave beneath the fairest sky at the high midnight of her midmost moon. And I had a dream that you were dead. Yet we remember the routes we took as children, as sisters then, with all the lights around us, between the station turnstiles and the carnivals, and we were our own, conjoined an equal twin, outside the freak show limits of a puppet kingdom. Ben might call life my own is leaking from me. Come my way now, the hour is not yet winning, that will drive the dawn that topples onto me. 6 hours till sunrise, let your breasts find my breasts. If our lips tip to drizzle when it slips through our fingers, in the dew-mouthed pass, and if a sound let it linger, but escapes all hush that is dissolving us. A quiet and quiet is the cage in my chest. The prognosis that claimed my future face and body was not so quiet to be dissolved in death, though my own would find me at no year's delay. Yet a vacant stairwell seemed the heart of my head, before we passed forth as lovers from the roads, took as children, and became we now, drown out the moment of me, smooth, liquid, and sudden, and passive as glass, till this illness will sever all one severance holds, from this thought as one with taintings of time, reclaim our fruits as fresh as all that we were once, untouched as what I am at last, and you are united, in the end that disunites and lies our horizon, a region beyond dawn and sleep, laid still at our eyes. 6 hours till sunrise, let your breath find my breath. The pale hair of the meadow stirs the wind through its fingers, as my own bind down, and cross upon you as halters, as a world of umbra and the umber world's hush. And if pain makes a razor, what is pain at its best, but a reflection of doubt against a razor? What falters? We will both stand still, I feel the sands of your breath, arrange in one hourglass the first and third seasons. Has a ghost strayed there? It will be chilled by the daylight, its wraith stilled, where our mouths dwell still with the day. 2. There's a black horse that rides to me out of the light, that hides in the cloudlets running over the mountain, that severs us from us, it strides out of sight, its eyes blind white, its mouth breathes lavender. Take my hand and we pass and retire from talking, We pledged in our passage to fill first o' the fountain, but we'll find as our slumber, our dumbness of dreaming, is all our dreams numbered. But what will it bring? This relapsing from twilight, what horizons, what shore? We never had forethought in the candy floss seasons. The skill time path travels where our passions still hover. Like birds burned in sun, will return without reasons. Now shrouds lie upturned on the clouds that loom over, and all this looms over. Talk from tongues that are numbed, recalls a sculpture from nothing. I am wear-worn from walking. Let us drink from a river where our dreaming lies dumb. It has never been known to me, O mother mine, what shrubs were growing fruits inside death's garden. Here where the moon melts and the cloud banks harden, it is just the scrubs that touch the night's long shrine. Should there be one perennial left, then just take care. One flower that the rain might reap when leave its way. Leave her, those lips, when I may go away. They'll still bleed blue with dews that slip and stray, or shine or fail to shine. I do not hold this face but mother mine. You knew by touch when years to better months might follow, but holding hers beneath bright hall or hollow, it had seemed our dual face might touch and shrine. And if you must save anyone, then just take her. Dark strider through the twilight loom of day, and cut my thread, spare hers, life waves its willow, to strew my leaves abroad, but in its billow she would seem keen to stay. You had signed this deal with me, my sweet attrition, of faith with doubt submerged with mine gone down. Your beauty ballasts me and stings my vision. Who'd join me drown to draw me when I drown? My mouth seemed not as red, no briar as harrowed by sunbursts, bleeding from a summer's fun. As hers which burns me with its coolness narrowed, as the birds that burst in love and hunt the sun. And across a wall of white and jasmined darkness, crucified a noose that spears the tree, still denied but I that stars our starkness, as I'm falling through you as you fall through me. Yet if you see me leaving by a different station, when the one you've come from and survived the dawn, and our beauty yet to pass to life's negation, still no lotus goldness as our eidolon, we'd yet look to death but go where are no narrow gates, but only wraiths to bind you soon. By mine, let moon-blanched eyelids be my barrow, not outpaled by harvest tide, nor of the moon. Across a wall of white and in a jasmined darkness, crucified, noose that spears the tree, and still denied that that I that stars our starkness, as I'm falling through you as you fall through me. 3. All apologies. I need to have a quick drink of lager now, then light a cigarette, and I'll get back to you very, very soon. Oh, that's good. Thank you for bearing with me. This is the third part of the poem. A fractured world we haunt, the streets, the schoolyards, the floodlit roads where we shared drunk Adonics. No marbled halls but low towers that stole the stars' eyes. Flat roofed serrations against greys or blue. The toppled courts that apple-topped our passions, rebuilt now whitewashed for the rain-washed children who take our place in mists we may not see through, taking us to now. These are the portents laid against our eyelids, but all shall know the things we shall not weep for. They are not theirs now ours, the wreck of meadows, portcullised rivers and the fleeing firths, the dead things held lost by the bending mercies of snow won't mourn the ones who join our distance, who made engagement wreaths of paper rainbows, torn before the rains. But through all this, if one more fixed thing falters, we too find permanence, change as the endless guest. Some captive horse has lost its halters. Our sense bequest for its forgetfulness. The supping spring once drunk with wounded roses neglects itself as moons made blind by cloudlets that shroud your eye too as its own cloud closes. Yours and only you. And over what glints in its hidden crescent, I can catch once more at last the straits of towers, the night processions of the lost and wanted, failures, glories, and the quest for flesh. Beyond it all our words were flurrying garlands, or tinselled crowns for forms that sensed no halos, that came from blocks and the moles with outlived radiance of a violet time, and in coronations blew their eyes upon us, sang of things that chant behind the starlight, their skins on skin that seemed to mock the moonlight, left your flesh within its laving waves, caressing in the rushing spill bright. We dreamed the dead stars' paths would stay perennial, with us a stalwart in the captive moon's night, rudderless astray. Before the crab sign loosed inside my body, threatened love but strayed like something stalwart, what left to lose but all what casts out beauty, that which breathes forth you, what to join me straight and not requested duty, to believe the lamplit strands with death not given, it's forced to waste me with your face not riven from our final view. Come forth and let me wave my arms around you. With death's more deep than death your eyes seem heavy. What a game it is we play of Punch and Judy, a lantern shadow show, some magic mime of kings with all their clowning. A cardboard knight rides high and plays the Frown King, though his clouds roll blank against man's flat horizon, we remain alone. Lovely, lovely. I'm going to have a smoke when I read the fourth part out. Are you bearing with me? There you go. You must admit that there are worse ways to spend your time at the moment than listening to my soft, Kelvin-side, droningly sensual, lovely Scottish accent. You know that it makes sense. 4. Upwards into the bright eye rising, there is will to stay, yet stays no will to be. Come horseless rider over bridled mountain, undulate, wash over me. And where can she be hiding, who would raise her arms against yours granted free? Your voice left lost across its loveless riding, where lies our threnody, where rest our lights, I sense your shadow striding, from a veil of nights that cross your freshless floor, to be surrendered when the sky splits fallen, to lift tongues in unison and sing no more. Outwards, inwards to the sound bare barren, drift and slip your mask and be, and yet not be, death, who shall not make the stars his carrion, but takes the fallen of us and the free. Yet there is no moorage for a craft to rise in, no stoppage quadrant, no pale boundary, across black voltage of a pin-eyed ocean, and it has no memory, but closing doors, a map with no horizon, for dead perennials who have broke were born, to ride in lights, to need no skies to cry on, as we passed on to last and not to mourn. Night bound, boundless in a glassless mirror, our eyes cast sounded on the flightless floor, but carousels with clouds bear sails, my saviour. Birds or angels portage at what door? It is not the beasts that make a night from horror. Bled out at last, we'd make no guests with fear. But if ye must save one displaced from doubt, when save her, she is not yet measured here. The thread is just our own to strike, we take our tower, and frae sisters vanish when we raise our shears. These pains were mine, you should forget them, mother. I join the station cross across all hemispheres. And as all slides from sight, all join their hands and hover, while grounded, slight, and yet engaged with door, upon the hourless rift of cloud that has no closer, to mourn or mourn no more. O voice that breaks from thence into the dark, the flowering float that sails the violet sea, the universes burn, skies disembark, that perish in their sun's last ecstasy, take turns to send no sigh, it need not matter, to waste and blight the seals of majesty, rewarding ends to innocence fall down and flutter, and prize their crowns adrift of me and let me die. Pieces purple black they reach its bottom stairway, greater temples rent in many templed time, yet turn from me I cannot bear your beauty. To waste or save it was no choice of mine. Well, if you must take anyone, then just take me, since her lips more cherried in their beds than mine, would blow less blue across your frightless sea, white death would grow less cold against your climb, descend and end but hold one in your ocean, that takes in train the fallen and the free, who'd spare her form and trust she'd fall in time to no one and undulate through me. O mouth that needs no second to embellish, reverberation singing without strings, we bleed here and we suffer, will pain perish, of paupers born or cradled into kings, if my scumbled words no right in time's resources, be but a puppet's claim to shadow show, I already learned to mock these halter courses, I rehearsed reverse, bend down and let me go. O voice, my voice, that sounds a chord diminished, that rings diminuendo as its wraith grows less. Your voice, your shade displaying flesh not finished, while you both cross with me on the rudderless. So make a cageless race across the dark's battalions. Out with the drift of limits, ours fail or fly, or upshift their wings to make the stars their stallions, and raise lost weights, or say there is no sky. No sound of theirs calls from a boundless bear, or just a song unsounded, but no whispered cry of ours would echo. O my fate, take care, you may not know me when you've let me die. And I believe that God must be a violinist. We are all the chords he weighs upon the strings, the weights unchanged at birth or things unfinished, in a spindrift orb to grow or char strange wings, yet there seems no carpenter, there seems no foreplan, our repeater droning on with no fixed verse, the shifts mooring, but there is no helmsman who rides the rudder of the universe. Across the ridgeless wavelengths of an unrained ocean, just one of numberless, where could we hide? With the temples wrecked and the glass towers fallen, we too stand numbered where the night tides ride, and cross all quadrants, and we make the cageless. Birds we mend or break by way decree, not hours, but in the clockwork world just age is ageless, for buds but rise to straggle as their arbours be. Oh, 5. And I never learned to be a violinist. Come, white-winged mariner, and raise your haste, for the wind has started and no blood replenished, and my eyes are set to join you on the widened waste. Why did I make this thing so long? What voices strident finitude through lilac sea? Death's dice is thrown, what diadems no floodlight fades, Or is it just my old and hour's touch that weaves to me across the thoughts of men wharfed walks along the balustrades? Beautiful, beautiful. Now the storm strafes bend their bows but don't touch her, while beauty buds in its own being to bend to mime, and lose its laugh at laugh's length, white-winged mariner. The monsoon-lit night has birthed its dying time. Find thought to end our thought, and take up power and ply. If just a crystal chokered minion of a cardboard king, our songs are just the raft of voices that the angels bring, or draft. Our lives are sounded out inside Versailles. 6. Now your scent is carried in a world of glass, redeems its contours in a ground of grey. The worlds above us may not watch us pass. You go alone, but where a mayfly may. The bed I lay on is no cage so cold, but I hold my distance from you as I'm drowning. Your days one day, until the sun sees crowning. What you retain there, my burr marigold, of all the shadows of my shadow, aye. So come, we go to our own plots of sky. An inch between us seems to wind out miles. Your eyes twin blades of lapis lazuli. I sense a man approach dressed in white smiles. He does not turn me yet, but holds my view to crystal pinioned things beyond the burning of sun glares, echoes, or an autumn coming, and my scant return here as I turn to you, our lips strange fruits but hide behind the night. The moon hangs heavy and is lost at sight, it seems, but never through blind or loving's wrath, bequeathed its vision where we walked with light, and night bound detours down a primrose path. A mean expenditure that days that prized, where birds that whistled sing inside a sigh. I knew a song one time where sister lie, drowned deeper than the days of butterflies, whose flight was ended where the rings were won, where darker plumes wait should you stay or run. The stars battalions count their cost defrayed, on eyes that now tired from shutting out the sun, that leave my own to trace the cavalcade, that floods its muteness where my words eschew, all movement now but where we had their reason to stay placed a while here with no sweet treason. The winds that winnow me are only you, where words but surface on both street and stream, where words but surface on both street and stream. Through listless tongues ours meet inside their cells, with touch by angels burgeon into dream. Remember stationed parkways, streets with carousels, the things which seem ourselves and all things seem. If we should leave on our appointed stairways, at uncrossed points your years extended new, it is still my shuttered voice across the causeways that may hold a leaflet to remember you, the world that keeps your steps and leaves no footfall for ears to trace will shut my leaf from view. But whilst before it rives its name in snowfall, I am through with losing you. A word to shut my tongue, there's none I trust much longer, shall harvest of the silence lost, shall lines of snow commemorate my head, it won't make dying stronger, there's faces you may wear my strange, mine floats below. Your masks that open out in me now drowned in towers of city courts walk bare of me, I spare them, flee. The one yet left who leaves me with no other lovers, yet in your thoughts unburied, buried let me be, a bud but never learned yet to return in ours. What may walk in pain's lost twilight, woe it spares its rain, the corolla that life's love shut with our flowers, that spills in wind and laughs at loss and loves with rain. It's finally ended. You must admit, Robb, that is genius.